Hello, I have a cold, but I've decided to just pretend that I don't, in the hopes that it'll go away. So if you could pretend along with me, that would be great. Okay, so I'm now looking at my laptop. This is always the theme of these videos, that I'm not actually looking at the camera, but you know what? It's fine. I started doing resin about 2 years ago. Stop. Me from the past, we don't need to hear you right now, not just yet. Okay, so yeah, about 2 years ago-ish, I started doing some resin craft. So I thought I would react to the video that I posted for trying resin for the first time. I'm sure it is full of mistakes. I can already think of a few off the top of my head, so we're going to watch it and I'm going to react to how bad it was. Okay, so I am going to have to pause this for my reactions, otherwise you're going to get like double audio, so that's going to be weird, but let's move back a bit, put the video down here, and let's get reacted to how bad this is. Hey guys, my neighbours are probably going to think I'm crazy talking to a camera, but it's okay because I do have another human, so it's not as weird. Basically today I've been watching like far too many videos of people doing resin things on Instagram, and then I made a mistake and spent money. Sorry about that, that's probably going to happen. Okay, first off, I still spend all my time watching resin videos on Instagram, but I now know that most of them aren't particularly accurate, especially the like 5-minute craft ones, things like that. I actually did a video reacting to 5-minute crafts does resin, but it was taken down, so that sucks. So I ordered this kit and it already stinks. Okay, this is the first red flag. The kit that I ordered was not epoxy resin, it was polyester resin. Do not use this, it is used for industrial stuff only. It never fully sets, it is always like slightly sticky. It is not good, and it smells so bad because it is toxic, and I did not know this at this point. This is going to be a theme in this video. I should have worn a respirator. I did it outside, so that's definitely a plus. I absolutely should have been wearing a mask like I do now, especially with this stuff, because this is way worse than epoxy resin. This stuff is not nice. Do not buy this stuff. A lot of people I've seen make the mistake of starting out with it because they think it's cheaper, because it is cheaper, but it is not the same stuff as epoxy resin, so do not get this stuff. Get epoxy resin. You have any questions about why to get resin? Let me know down in the comments and I can tell you, but do not get this stuff. I kind of had a bit of a saga with the molds because I ordered some and then they sent the wrong ones, so then I sent them back being like, can I have the right ones, and they were like, you're just gonna have to buy new ones. So I bought a new one and then they sent me the wrong one again, but I tried. Okay, so this was another thing with molds. So those are the first molds that I bought. I wanted to make earrings, so it actually worked out better that I had two of the same mold, because you want, you know, 2 molds to make earrings that match, otherwise you have to do earrings in separate batches and they're never going to quite match. So this actually turned out better, but this mold was just not particularly useful for what I wanted, because I wanted to make stud earrings, so it didn't work very well. I still have this mold, but I never use it. Molds was probably one of the first mistakes that I made, spending money on molds that I wouldn't end up using, but I will also say a lot of this is a mistake. I shouldn't have spent money on that type of resin either. It actually, I'm looking at it, it says clear casting resin on the bottle. It's not. Don't use it. It's rubbish. But these are all pendant molds, but I've cut off the bit. They're not pendant molds. You can put a hook in them to turn them into dangly earrings, but they will not be used for studs. I did try and cut some of the things on. I got a little indent in them. That was fine, but I wish I just left it and learned what the mold was actually for. I think that's 2 blue. The one's got a 2 written on it. So I still use these colours. They're pretty good. There's quite a lot of different colours that you can use. You can use like mica powder and alcohol ink. But this is universal colouring. It's actually my favourite way to colour things. It seems to be like at least one of the less common ways of doing this. Most people tend to use alcohol ink. This is slightly different to alcohol ink. But yeah, I do think that using universal colouring is slightly better in my opinion. That's what I like to use, and I actually went back and bought all of these in different colours from this website because I like them. I still use those colours, so one thing that I can say on this, I enjoy those colours. Right, let's try not to breathe this in. Yes, Amy, don't breathe it in. It's very toxic. Don't do that. Oh god. Oh, that's good. Sorry, I keep pausing this, but you think I would have realised, like, from the smell that this stuff is toxic? Like, it smells like a thing that you should not be breathing in. It was really, really bad. You think that would have been a clue, but I just didn't know. I just didn't know.
I'm just going to ignore all the warning labels on it. Okay, what are we going to...
Don't ignore all the warning labels on it. That is all.
I don't know how long we have to harden, so we'll...
Oh, there's so many things wrong in this video already. 2 minutes in. Right, do not mix them that quickly. If you mix it really quick, you see it already. Bubbles. You don't mix that quick. You do it slowly. Yeah, don't do that. Mix slowly. Do not do what I did where you just go bloop, bloop, because yeah, it will have bubbles, which you can see. There's already been bubbles introduced. I didn't think this would be this bad.
We're going to do this quickly. Okay, let's do whatever this colour is. It's either blue or purple. I guess we're about to find out.
I also did not mix that enough. If I'm putting the colour in at this point, it is good job, because I'm about to mix it up again. You do need to mix it more than that. And also you don't have to move quickly. That's what my brain was trying to say. I just said that I need to do this quickly. It's not like Jasmine where it sets really quickly. This is going to take probably quite a while to set. Did not need to rush. It was fine. It takes hours, if not days, to set, so I was all good. But yeah, that was not mixed properly at all.
It's not proper glitter, and I don't know if you have to use proper glitter, but do you know what? Here we are.
People are putting like Skittles and like McDonald's hamburgers into resin, so like you're fine. This is fine.
These might all just sink to the bottom, but
they did all sink to the bottom.
This was the first attempt.
Those are not full, which is fine. Some people will think it's better to underfill, some people think it's better to overfill, but the perfect way is to fill it properly. It's actually, if you don't fill up, it's going to end up with a little lip on the edge. So yeah, those are not full. They do look full, but no, you need it to be flush. So yeah, I've not poured enough resin into that mould. Those pendant moulds are still just as annoying. Yeah, I made them for a while, but they're just so annoying. They're almost impossible to get out. They do just fall over constantly. They make a mess. I'm doing this on a quite expensive glass table. I'm glad that I put cardboard down to protect the table, because resin will not come off of anything. But yeah, I just don't do this anymore. They were just not worth it. They're so annoying. So I can see a few things that I've done here. One is I've put the studs on the back of the earring as it's setting. This is something that you can do if you have resin that's going to set particularly quickly, but I now use resin that takes like 3 days to set, for a long list of reasons. So this isn't going to work anymore, and I now glue them on. But you can do it like this, and the other thing I'm noticing is, once again, I'm not filling the moulds right to the top. So yeah, I'm really interested to see that I did that with the studs, because I didn't think I'd ever tried that. But yeah, I don't think it's a very reliable way to do it. I think it's easier to wait and glue them on, especially because of complicated chemical reaction things. It can be really hard to predict how long your resin's going to take to set, and like at what stage it's going to be at without touching it. So yeah, I just don't do it like that anymore, but you can do it like that. This isn't wrong, it's just not the way that I prefer to do it now.
It is the next day, and I have some moulds to...
Yeah, this is not going to be set. Not in a day. I don't know what type of resin I was using, but this stuff, I mean, I still have stuff, this is 2 years later, and I still have stuff that like hasn't properly set from this batch. I keep it, I don't know why I keep it, I've got a jar of things, keep it in. So yeah, this is not going to be set. Yeah, as I said, the resin I use now takes about 3 days to, well, maybe 2.5 days, but I tend to leave it for 3 just to be safe. So yeah, this is not going to be set the next day.
I have no idea how I'm going to get out. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier trying to undo those. Now I worked out the way to do it. The way to do it is to drop baby oil in it, so kind of squish the top and then put a drop of baby oil in, and then like squish it around until the baby oil gets to the bottom, and then you can pop it out, but it is still really, really hard. I've broken fingernails doing this, I've ripped moulds doing this. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the pendant moulds. They're not for me.
Hoping this is just gonna pop right out. There we go.
You can see the way that that was really subtle there, but when I touched it, some of it stuck to my glove. Yeah, this is not set. Do not use this type of resin. It may be that there's probably an element of I didn't measure it properly, but even still, it's not good.
All the glitter did fall to the bottom, so we have a
it does that. Glitter will almost always fall to the bottom unless you're using like a glitter paste or something, but most of the time, and now that I know that, you can use it to your advantage and make it that way, because that's how you want something. So yeah, it's not how I envision this, but that's okay.
I think it could do with maybe being sandpapered a little bit, because there's some bits that stick up.
I don't know why I just hate that I said sandpaper instead of sanded. We're only halfway through this video. I should stop pausing this.
Again, there's like a, I don't know how well you can see, but there's like a little lip.
There is a lip. That's because you didn't do it right, Amy. You need to do it right next time.
This is fun. I don't think that
It is. 2 years later, we're still doing it.
one feels a little bit sticky. Some of them are sort of, I'm gonna describe it. And now there's a little divot. There you go.
I wish I could say that to solve that problem. I still do that sometimes. It's easy done. You just gotta squish the mould around, make sure it really gets in there, but not too much because you don't want to introduce bubbles.
And they have some glitter stuck on them because I didn't clean the glitter off properly from these.
I wish I could say I was better at cleaning my moulds, but I'm just not. Just don't like cleaning my moulds. It's happened to me quite a few times.
But yeah, I've had a good time. It's quite expensive, so if you are wanting to do this,
It is quite expensive. I've no further comment on that. It's very expensive. Please buy my things. Well, there we are. So this video is already going to be very long, so I'm probably going to sign off here. I'm also ill. I'm gonna go make myself a cup of tea. Very much like that I can look back on this and see that it is full of mistakes. It means that I've gotten better, which is exactly what we want, and I'd like to be able to come, you know, back to the videos I'm making at the moment in like 2-3 years time and point out all the mistakes I'm making, because that means I have improved. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. New videos every Wednesday. Like, subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you next week.